morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another episode of The Glass Mic, where there is no script, just transparent talk. I am Chantal Says It All, and I survived 11 months in Jumanji. It's November, so by the time y'all hear this, it won't be anymore. So hopefully we will have seen the next month or months that come. I missed y'all. I have been busy working on some personal projects, but y'all know every time I take a break, I come back stronger and better than ever. So I'm ready to pop my stuff with y'all. And before we get started, y'all already know what time it is. It's another episode of Trying Ish.
Trying shit and trying shit, trying shit and trying shit, don't work. Trying shit and trying shit, won't work. Trying shit.
And of course, as you all know, these products are not paid ads. These are some products that were sent in or that were purchased by the Glass Mic to support small businesses. If you all are interested in having a product tried on here, just send that information to info@theglassmic.com or write us on Instagram. So today, I am going to show y'all this shirt that I ordered. As a matter of fact, I was up not last night, I'm lying already. I had insomnia when I bought this shirt. So I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning just scrolling on Instagram. And I followed this page called God is Dope. And I always see people with these shirts. And I'm like, oh, I want one. And they had like a shirt sale. It was like you can get the shirt for free and just pay for shipping. And I had read the comments to make sure it was legit. Because sometimes you do this stuff and you don't see nothing for 3 weeks. And when you finally get it, the shirt can barely fit your finger. So I like, let me read these comments, make sure it's legit, right? And everybody said it was cool. You had some people that was like, you got to pay for shipping. I'm like, it's a free shirt. And it got God on it. You can't go wrong. So I ordered this shirt. It was like maybe between $7 and $10 after shipping. I don't know if they still had it sale or not. But you can't go wrong with it. And it represents one of my favorites ever. My favorite ever, of course. So if you're interested in seeing what products they have, go on Instagram, God is Dope, and see what's best for you. Also, y'all already know what time it is. As you can tell, I do sound like I have a little sense. Of course, the edible has not kicked in quite yet, but we're going to help speed that up with Shot O'Clock. And this Shot O'Clock was sponsored by 1819 Florence Avenue. They have different fragrances and candles for your home and your bathroom and your goodies. So let's bring the new year in smelling good and feeling better. If you're interested in seeing them, you can go on The Way It Sounds, 1819 Florence Avenue on Instagram. Make sure you tell them the Glass Mic sent you. And cheers with the shot.
We doing this?
Yeah, we doing it. Oh, let me tell y'all something else. So,
Tequila.
last time when I recorded, I was 28. So, y'all know I'm bragging about my age. I'm 29 now. Still a baby, but you know, a little older. Y'all know normally I had like vodka or wine or something like that because I don't drink brown. Y'all, I had a bad experience with, y'all know I don't say brand names unless they're trying to, cut a check. But I had a problem with one of these particular vodkas. It was a cheap one, I'm cheap. And I had like, my stomach was irritated. Oh, also, I lost 30 pounds since the last recording, y'all. So when y'all see me, just look at this video and look at the last videos last year and be like, dang, her chin did go up a little bit. So my body has changed and it doesn't like vodka. It likes tequila now. So I had a shot of tequila and I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest because I know it's overdue. Y'all like, okay, who is that? I hear a deep voice. Who is that? I need to find out, right? So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest, and then we're going to play our game. Say hey to the people.
What up, people?
What's up? What's your name? Where you from? What you grew up?
I'm Shamar. On Instagram, Shamar Atlas, but in real life, it's Shamar Willis. But I'm from Dallas, Texas, born and raised. And
oh, you're a rare breed.
yeah, born and raised.
Because, people like me, we just taking over this little city.
Hey, I'm taking it over, too.
Nothing wrong with that. It's enough for everybody to eat.
Hey, for sure. But I partner with the people who are not from here to make sure they do it right.
That's what's up. I admire that. Because I'm one of those people I need,
Hey.
I need a person that's from here that can tell me the ropes and stuff and how to go.
Hey, I go to these other cities and get the love just like if I'm from there as well. Like I love Atlanta, LA, New York, all of the above. Like so
you like big cities?
Yeah.
See, I'm from Jackson.
I like the hustle.
The hustle and bustle.
Yeah. So I like moving around. I love being busy. I love not having time to think about nothing but getting something done.
Oh, that's what's up. Cause me, it's like I'm productive, but at the same time I try to cut corners and be lazy a little bit,
What's
and I have to
crazy, I'm
realize
the
I can't do
laziest,
that.
hard-working dude in the world. So my favorite thing to do is
Uh-huh.
nothing.
For real?
Nothing. Like I'll be in the bed for 10 hours straight just to go use the restroom or order some DoorDash.
That is the life.
Other than that, like,
That is the life. And use I do that. I put on Hulu or something. Cause
that's
it's
it.
weird. We got cable, but I be watching stuff that's on the streaming
Yeah, I don't
services.
even watch like regular TV no more. It's strictly
Me neither. I
like,
never thought that would happen for me. As much as
I mean,
I was on
but
punishment, couldn't
I
watch
guess our
TV.
phones, like Shade Room becoming a new CNN. You know, it's
That
different
is
stuff
true.
yeah, everything moved to the phone.
We done came a long way from using the pencil to rewind them, cause
I was thinking about the day. I was like, damn, how did we drive out of town and go places without GPS? How did we do that?
Now how did the people older than me do that? Cause I ain't have to do that. I was lucky.
I'm a
But
little older than you, but at the same time, it's like
you had to use the big map.
not the big map.
Oh, you remember
but I think I
MapQuest?
used to go to Google. Like to go to Google, then they used to print out the step-by-step
MapQuest.
directions, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'm a little slow.
And
I
so,
can't
like,
do that.
we followed it like that because I remember driving to Padre Island. That's how we moved around. But I'm just thinking about all the little back streets and all the stuff that I see now on Google Maps. I'd be like, damn, how did people like navigate?
Okay, so you brought up the traveling. So, I played the cousin, the advocate, the black sheep for the people where
Sure.
I come in where it's like ignorance is bliss, but then I leave out our episode learning new information.
Okay.
Even if I already know, I'm still going to act like I don't.
Hey.
So, you sound like you travel. You say you work hard and all this. So, let's be more specific. What do you do?
So I have a concert production company. So like I do live events and do big concerts and festivals and just tap the internet world. And then I got a record label where I signed some artists. But those relationships from the record label side came from me working with some of the biggest artists that y'all can say that most people listen to.
Okay.
From the Lil Babies to the Dub Babies to the Travis Scotts of the world and different people like that. I got a good network.
That's good. That's real good. So let's see what your honesty is like now
What?
with the truth to drink.
Let's do it.
Okay, so do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You go first. Show me how it's done.
Oh my gosh, y'all look, people, y'all already know them guests be trying to get me. This is gonna be my last guest that I ask who should go first. Cause they be like, I want to see what you gonna say. I want to see.
I want to see how it's done.
You could do whatever. You can ask whatever you want. It don't matter. You could be like, hey, you ever ate a roast before or anything like that? And I have Patreon. Are you familiar with Patreon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like an OnlyFans but for creators. Yes. So let's just say if you ask me, have I just brought the roast thing, and you be like, hey, you ever ate a roast? And I'd be like, well, on here, but then on Patreon, I go in details about like, yeah, I ate a roast, but it was in the Philippines, and it was one of them chocolate covered roaches or something.
You can't cap. You gotta be the same on both.
I don't know. We'll see. So let's see. What can I ask you?
Yeah, ask me something.
Oh, would you rather? Because you got truth to drink. Or would you rather? But would you rather have an artist that you don't like their character or their vibe, but it's made you the most money you've ever made in your career, or have an artist that isn't that great, but their work is genuine and they are a great person inside and out, and you make decent money?
Oh man, I tend to lean more towards like the genuine connection with people.
Yeah.
Like, I really never really just worked with a lot of artists that I didn't like. I'd say my experiences with Young Jeezy probably wasn't the best. But at the same time, like, I kind of rather work with good people over the money though.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm just a basic, I use my student email account for Apple Music type of person. I don't know celebrities like that. I listen to them on the radio. But
other than that, there ain't really just been a lot of craziness. Like, and Jeezy's probably wasn't even like the worst. It was, bad. It was just like, I guess I caught him at the wrong time, but he just had like this diva type attitude. This
Yeah.
you know, Jeezy ain't as tall as people think he is. So he got
I
like
don't think any of the celebrities are pretty tall.
They some of them Gucci man.
Cause I'm a good 5'8".
2 Chainz is tall.
Yeah, I mean you
Gucci
could
is
tell that they're tall, but it's these other celebrities. Like I remember I met Black China one time. It's on my Instagram page, and I knew she wasn't tall, but I didn't think she was as short as she was. And I think though that height, when kind of women, it make their butt look bigger.
Yeah, 100%.
So
With the short women with the booty.
yeah, I was like, dang, let me just grow down a little bit more.
Yeah, but nah, you know, a lot of dudes have that boss honcho, you know, macho type energy, and it's like, bro, that ain't necessary because it's like everybody.
I think that's a man thing.
Man,
I noticed like when
I'm a subtle boss, like you know what I'm saying. I'm the one that I get stuff done, and in my head, it's like I don't do a lot of talking. I should talk more than I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I need
your work speaks for itself.
Yeah, but I need to be more vocal though. Like I need to be more.
I
Like,
think
yo,
that you should be.
I'm the shit. I know I am type energy, but not like cocky, but like yo, my resume is what it is because of what I do, and the results are what they are because of who I am.
But the way people are, you have to be so careful. I think that
That's
the way that you are is great. Like let them come in and see. You know what I'm saying?
And I think all that's cool, but I'm saying I think I need to pop my shit more often. Though,
Okay,
because
well,
there'll be a lot of people who underestimate you because you are the quiet one in the room. I think I do need to be a little bit more.
sometimes I love when they do that because I'd be like, "Ooh, I got a trick for your
Oh,
ass."
facts, you know. But I like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather showed you can talk it in, you can walk it.
Those are some of the best people because it's rare to be able to talk and work. There's some people that talk all day and can't do nothing.
Hey, we
But
get it done.
yes, and it's your turn to ask me something. So you can ask me a truth or drink or a would you rather.
Would you rather? I do. Would you?
Yeah, it don't be easy like you think it do.
Nah.
I was playing Jeopardy music, but I'm still a little devastated by Alex Trebek, so in his honor. Do, 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 do.
Would you rather? Man, it's hard. All right, just basic. Who would you rather listen to, Jeezy or Gucci?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you hands down, based off of my plays, I love Gucci Mane, and he's starting to go back to his old self a little bit, making me be like, okay, cool.
Hey, he's hilarious right now, man.
Yeah, and he don't care. He don't care. I saw the meme he posted. Well, of course, it's not today anymore when y'all listen, but at the time, hopefully when we play this episode back, nothing would have happened and the beef would be squashed. You know, I don't like seeing people beef, y'all, especially two successful black men. But as far as the music, I love Gucci Mane. I love him. I even love some of his new artists. I can't even name them. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's his artist, huh?
That's the one.
And I learned about him going to the strip club. I was like, when I go to the strip club, I pull my phone out, and if I hear a song I like, I go on SoundHound, and I let it listen, and I put it on my phone. I like to twerk some song. Maybe feel like I got a little booty. But yeah, I like Gucci's catalog. I feel like he has a lot of hits. I know I have at least 15 songs on my phone from him. Jeezy has a good catalog too.
I think Jeezy got more of a commercial catalog though, like you know. My president is black and different records like that. But come on, like the real nigga award definitely goes to Gucci Mane.
Well, you asked me about the
It's like I'm on the other side.
But you know stuff that I don't.
Nah,
so this
it's
is from the outside
too. That's why I told you I come from a non-biased place.
Yeah, and
so
it's perfect.
The non-biased place, even though I'm more like me, I work with Young Dolph, but I would say Gotti has more hits, but I like Young Dolph. Like Young Dolph music.
And it's people need more honesty like that. Like you didn't bash nobody, but you were honest.
Even when I did my interview when it came to Mo3, like the whole Dallas thing that just kind of happened. Before it happened, they asked me what I thought, and I said, real talk, because I'm from Dallas, so the energy that I gave it was truth, not just opinion based. I was like, yo, the biggest person to ever come out of Dallas, like as far as rap type shit, because Post Malone from Dallas too. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, rap stuff, and Vanilla Ice is too.
Didn't know that either. I better learn my new city. I know about Erykah Badu.
I mean, come on, that's normal. But yeah, like Yellow Beezy the biggest. But I also said Mo3 is the most talented though. Like as far as music and ability, he's the best in Dallas. But the biggest person that has the ability to be the biggest star was Trapboy Freddie because he embodied what Dallas is, and he was okay with the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
And he had a real persona. So unfortunately, all the stuff that's going on is kind of like one of them things where it's a touchy subject to just talk on now.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time coming for that situation. But at the same time, like yeah, my opinions are what I know from like just how I think most of America, or most of the people feel, and I come from a logical place, not an emotional. Like I don't care if I had the worst running in the world with this artist. If he's better than this artist, I'm gonna say it because it ain't. It's the truth,
Yeah.
and I like the truth way more than an opinion.
Yes. So I think we pretty lit. I feel whatever. Y'all know I be mixing stuff. I done mixed some Moscato and tequila together. So what is that, a late night mimosa?
It's called. No, you missing the orange juice.
Yes, my close friend Air, she provided me this big bottle of Moscato, and I just been drinking it ever since. I love her to death. Hey Air, hope you hearing me.
It's a mosquito.
Moscato. You know I'm country.
It's a mosquito.
Mesquila. Oh, we're gonna call it a mesquila?
Yeah.
That sounds a little deadly.
Moscato and tequila.
But it's anyways, it's in me now, so we can go ahead and kick into it. So I just want to know, I know you say you're from here, and a lot of people move here for opportunities, whether it's in your industry or just working somewhere with more income or somewhere that's more family oriented. I think Dallas has become a true hot spot for people from the South and even other places to come here and thrive. And like we said earlier, it's enough for everyone to eat. But can you tell me a little bit about what made you say, hey, I want to go into being in the industry? And like I said, you have a very important position.
Yeah.
Really, to be honest, more important than the clients you have, because not only are you helping them, but you're helping multiple people, and you're on a higher level of things. Like they do their thing.
They trying to get there, and a person like me is a gatekeeper to them getting there. If that makes sense.
Exactly.
So like Tay, Young Dolph. I've been booking Young Dolph since 2016. Young Dolph has always been Young Dolph, but I didn't know about him. I knew about him enough to like start liking his music at one point, and then from there, like I book what I like. And so when I booked him, the first time I booked him, it was him, Boosie, and Webby.
Okay.
And I did all them together. And then I just kept booking them year after year, year after year after year. And then, I'm kind of plugged in into LA with the agents, the white Jewish agents and stuff that take the artists on these big tours. So I found this one agent who, at that time, I had some money, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do a national tour. I ain't gonna just do no Dallas shit. I'm gonna take them to 10 cities. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
And then I had this one agent who believed in me enough. His name is Kyle Carter. He's like one of my good friends now.
Cool.
He literally called the venues in every city, got me good deals. He structured this tour enough for me to have my own tour, and from there, the agent picked up Dolph as a client full time. Now Dolph is doing 32 cities.
Look at God using you as a vessel.
So yeah, even with the baby the same way. When the baby was coming out, I'm talking about the baby, I booked him in like 10 cities last year.
Okay.
And from there, I mean, like that's my boy. Like, but I build real relationships with him. Like, literally FaceTime all the time. Like these type of like intimate moments where I be knowing the truth, like a lot of their real home life type stuff. So
that's good. And artists need stuff like that. We see on Unsung and TV One, Where Are They Now? They always talk about how they had these people who missed over them. That's good.
Yeah, no,
for you
so
to be
that's
truthful.
why, like, if you ever get around the baby, will tell you, he'll be like, yo, Shamar, my nigga, like I made so much money with him. But it ain't even about the money aspect of it. It's like every time I call, they know it's about something real. Like it ain't about I'm trying to waste their time, because I don't ain't nobody wasting my time. So it's like I really be on that shit where when I call you, it's because I'm like, yo, I got opportunity for you.
So look, when I see Shamar on it, I'm like, look, let me hurry get my phone. Somebody on the phone. I don't even tell them, let me call them back. I just hang up.
It's rarely to call and check in and make sure you're all right. It's like, yo, I mean, I do that too, everyone, but it's more so like, yo, got opportunity for you, and it's always about money.
Yeah.
You know, it may be a favor. Like, yo, I need you to. Like, I'm cool with this actor. I met you with Tyler.
That's how we
Yeah,
met,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
y'all.
So we met. I brought Tyler through one of my homeboy spots who was promoting at Dibs, and that's how I met you. But yeah, Tyler is like, so many girls like him.
Yeah.
He got me so much play just because he like the coolest dude in the world.
He is. He
I can text him and be like,
full
yo,
of
pick up the
gratitude.
phone. This girl love you. Blah 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 blah. Grow, and I'm an underdog my whole life. You slept on underdog type of guy, so I don't want to work with the assholes that's gonna make me a lot of money. I'm gonna make me a lot of money.
Yeah, because that character goes a long way. And that's one thing, since you brought it up, that's one thing I respected about you too. Because I was having a bad day when I went there. My friend Jason said, hey, let's go out. You know, put your good wig on. Let's go. And I'm like, hurry, I want to go out. And we went out. And I don't know. I think my little drink had kicked in. I said, I think that's Benny from the half, because I haven't, y'all gonna kill me maybe by now, but I've never watched an episode of P Valley. I've heard about it because, you know, I'm from Mississippi. I've heard about Miss Mississippi and different things, and of course I call him Benny still. I even said it when I met him, but I used to watch Half and Half Nights, and I remember him as Mariah's son, and he was always a great actor then. Like, it felt so real. And when we met in person, you know, I was pretty cool. I think I try to be pretty cool when I meet celebrities. Because I already know half the time they probably be irritated because me, I don't like being in the club. So if I don't like being around a lot of people, I know they're the same way. So I just was polite, and I was like, hey, I think you look very familiar. I think you're Benny from Having Hair. And I was like, yeah. And he was really humble. And he started walking around and talking to people, meeting them. Like, you know, of course, with y'all already know y'all got the sections, the bottles, the introvert's paradise, basically. Because I told you I don't like people. So y'all are able to be observed, but at an arm's reach.
So a lot of times whenever we do that book section and stuff, it's for convenience. It ain't because we want to be fly. I just don't like people.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah. So in Jesus' name, if I ever get to that point, when I get to that point, don't think I'm funny acting like, oh, she got a section. It's because I would have got that anyway, being me, or a table somewhere. I have to sit down and have arm space. But yeah, so y'all two were actually walking around, meeting people, talking to them. It almost like you knew everybody, even though you didn't. But it was like you never met a stranger, and that's what made me respect both of y'all. I was like, okay, he is cool, but I didn't know your name at the time. I was like, I need to meet you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So she said, I interview people I would love to interview. Matter of fact, I want to interview you because people need to know how important you are.
Yes.
You're the one that's bringing these people to the city. And that made me be like, man, I don't give a damn. I'll interview with her anytime because she get it. Like, I always get on top of people to be like, it be people that who be doing like designs and T-shirts and candles and all that. And they always be like, yo, can you connect me to the artist? I'd be like, yo, do you ever think to connect with the nigga who doing the connecting? Because from there, that person is always going to be able to plug you into a situation. Like, I had this girl who do paintings in the city. I ain't going to say her name because I ain't going to give her that energy. But, I mean, literally, even on top of her doing the painting that she thought was going to be free for me, I paid her $300 for the painting on some just like, you know, I support what you do.
It's a blessing.
Because she couldn't stay out late enough to get the artist to paint him. She got mad at me because she didn't meet the artist.
I would have took 3 Red Bulls that day. Do you hear me? I would have clocked out of work.
Nah, culturally, she couldn't stay out late like that because she was stay with her parents, I guess. And so
Mom and Dad would have to understand.
So she got mad at me and unfollowed me and all this other stupid stuff. I'm like, you dumb, because it's like, it don't stop. Like, I've been doing this shit for 5 years to where it's going to be more. Like, and then that artist still would have met with her because another painter got him his painting that she did, but she just could actually stay out till 1 in the morning to get that done.
Baby, so, I would have got in trouble. You had to put me on punishment. So, I'm sorry.
So, but at the end of the day, it's like one of them things where people just need to really I'm cool with the managers of the artists more than the artists because the artists don't get through the business. I'm a businessman, so I want to talk to the person who can facilitate the business. Like, I don't need to be cool with you as an artist. Like, that's cool, what's up? Like, when I see Dolph, we barely speak. Well, I'm talking to the guy who's over Dolph, though.
Right.
That's my buddy.
And that's the whole gist of this episode, because I'm sure, you know, at the beginning, you said some keynote names. First of all, the first name you said keynote was Shamar. That's off top.
Oh,
And the second thing, like you said about Jeezy and Gucci, you know, you're saying household names. So now it's like, okay, you got my attention. I'm gonna see what he talking about. Oh, he live in Dallas. Do he got a girlfriend? You know how girls be. But I want this episode to show people whether you are trying to be in his position or even if you know just want to listen about that life, or even if you find it attractive and you're trying to find your come up, you won't find it that type of way. But that's you for right now. I just want them to hear this episode just to like let them understand what that life is about, and it's more than just the money and the glitz and glam. So tell me about a time that was very detrimental. Like it was a time in your career where you really had to sit back and think, "Damn, I'm doing this."
Life's so short. Fuck it. And I'm just so you saying where I say I'm down, I'm doing this?
Yeah, like in a bad, like something bad happened.
Uh I really ain't never had no real bad moments.
Like no bad deal, no artist went left.
I mean, I've had situations. I remember when, like, so 2017, I was finna do a show. Oh, I did do a show. My homeboy, he was a promoter. He had Boosie and who was it at the time? Oh, it was Boosie, and then he was like, "Yo, we need to add more artists." So I added Dolph to it. I added Zero to it, and he needed somebody to put up $64,000 with him to partner on the show, right? So these artists, the total bill was like $125,000 for the show. So we ended up losing money, which is normal, right? You gamble, you lose.
Yeah.
So from there, we lost money, and then when the money came back from the loss, it came to his account. He disappeared on me.
That is so sad.
And he literally stole $32,000.
That is so
So
sad.
I'm down to my last $28,000, right? To my name, 28,000.
That's more.
You're-
That's over 100% more than what's in my account.
You're a gamble. You're a gamble, right? You're a roll of dice to be like, man, how do I bounce back? So I put 24,000 up for a possible show with this African artist named WizKid.
Okay.
From there, done business with my booking agent, which is still my homeboy to this day, because we've been 30 for 30 when it comes to shows. It ain't never been no hiccup on his part.
Cool.
So I got WizKid's booking information, So the show cost $48,000. So I sent in my $24,000. Guess what? It was a scammer. He found a scammer who had almost the same email as the real manager.
What the hell?
And we promoting the show.
Are
Because
you
I know it's the
kidding me?
biggest African artist. Everybody going crazy. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's like, then we get a phone call from the CAA, the agency that represents the main artist. Like, what are y'all doing? Somebody's already got him in Houston, and that's a fake. So we do all the due diligence to show him what happened. He's like, man, I'm sorry, but yeah, man, y'all got scammed. And literally, I lost 32,000
On top of that 20, I know math
top-
from
on
you.
top
This
of
is
the
$60,000.
basically. So I lost
That's
that
before
all by
tax.
theft. And so the people who was invested into those other shows looking at me like, where our money at? And I'm looking like, damn. It got stolen by this person that died, and they looking at me like I stole the money. I'm like, bro. So it's just a lot of those kind of misconceptions that happen to me in those situations where, like, for me, that had me be like, damn, is this meant for me? And then you finna quit, and then another opportunity pops up, and then boom, you up 100,000 again. So it's just, you know.
This was
She said the WizKid, yeah, he would have been fired.
Oh my gosh, that is what's up. So tell me about, since you told me about that moment, tell me about a very
Facts.
favorable moment for you.
I mean, I done got to meet a lot of my idols. Like, I remember I grew up listening to rap a lot. So Scarface was somebody who I work with, listen to a lot as far as, like, that's how Jay-Z. And now I'm working on this crazy documentary with him right now for, like, Netflix and
Oh, that's a blessing.
live stream birthday
Congratulations.
thing we're going to do. On top of that, Jay Prince, you know, like, just as far as, like, I done met a lot of my idols. I met Jay-Z, met Diddy's, and now it's, like, crazy. Like, every year God does something where where he elevates me. my flow. And my flow is like, ever since I was little, I always made it happen. So I don't think I know how to not make something happen. But at the same time, like I said, I think I need to celebrate me more. I need to stop taking myself so serious. Like I'm single, no kids, so I can fly and do and be around as I want. But I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to do all that. But I want to be able to still have the same lifestyle and give my kids that same lifestyle when I am that. So I refuse to settle. So in my time, I grind. I go hard at what I do. And I'm steady plugging people in. I get stabbed in the back so much. But we keep going, though.
You just led into my
Oh,
next
for sure.
question. So, like I said, you are a very genuine man, and you seem very wise as well. So, my question is, how can you tell the difference between like a friend or even a woman that's into you or somebody that just wants to be in your circle? How can you tell if they're genuine versus they're just trying to use you as a stepping stool to where they're trying to be?
I think for me, it's the way that they give and pour into you, and to make sure your mindset and your livelihood is good. Like I've had like those girlfriends that have been pretty, and they come in cool in the beginning. Like I just got through dealing with something like that. Come in cool from the beginning, and I think that I do a whack ass job of making people earn me. I just give myself to them because I'm a very giving person. So when I give myself to people, it's like, it's your ball to lose now. But when you lose it, it's lost. Like, it ain't no way to come back from that shit.
Man.
But at the same time, I feel like, man, people are around me just sometimes to utilize my relationships and the things that I have going. And I don't mind being useful if the person is useful as well. But when I feel you, coming on so strong where it's like you're around me for like what I can do for you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to tuck my emotions in and play that game too much.
Yeah, I mean, you're human first. And that's another thing I want to ask you. So basically, you are a shelter, and nurture and provider basically for your artists. Like you're making sure they're good, they're not getting ran over, that whatever they get, if it comes from you, you care about your name. So if your name is on it, it's legit. Who looks out for you?
So I got somewhat of a therapist in a way that
I love that you said that.
It's a spiritual advisor. So she said that all the time. And I think that's the reason why I gained a little weight. So I need to go back into the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back in that gym tough.
You can blame it on COVID. Everybody got to pass what they weight this year.
I bought a PlayStation during COVID. I ain't played video games forever. Now I'm in that world of like, man, I need a PS5.
Okay,
You know what
now
I'm saying? So
you one of them.
Yeah, well now.
Yeah, if you want to get into his world, buy him a PS5.
Facts. I'll give you something else too. But else, nah. Like for me, it's like it's I don't even know where we were going. I think the edible.
Yeah, I told you by the middle end of the episode, the edible kicked in. It kicked in for me about 15 minutes ago. But now I was asking who takes care of you. You said your
Nobody.
therapist spirit. Okay, so because it seems like you're always looking out for everyone, and I'm one of those people too. Like I try to bring like energy and positivity into people. It's
I think
rare
that's why
when I have
fall in-
those.
I think that's the reason why I fall in love quick when I start liking somebody, because I be feeling that like sense of like being able to be outside of myself. So it's like one of them things where I'll be on some like. Man, because when I do get married to the right person and have kids, like those are gonna be the two things that can always be my pressure points, my weak points.
Yeah.
Other than that, outside of that, I have no emotion. I don't care about a lot of people and stuff. And people, it's like I think that's the reason why like I value a relationship so much, because it's like I want this feeling forever. Because when I
Yeah.
like somebody, I like a girl. A woman, it's like it don't never get old. Like me pursuing that person will never become old. I think that's
You always
why.
the hunter.
What?
Okay.
Always trying
Yeah,
to
I
find a
hear
way
him
to make her
now.
smile.
Like I said, this episode, once again, I gotta tell you guys, November. We don't know what might be in store by the time y'all listen,
Kids
so
out.
he might be out the market by then. So
Hey.
maybe
I doubt it though. Man,
But-
this generation is crazy.
Oh.
And then for me, I ain't gonna lie. Like I always said, I wouldn't date a girl who had kids, because again, I used to be an ISS teacher.
Oh my gosh, you were.
But I was the coolest ISS teacher in the world.
I used
The
to
reason
stay
why-
in ISS.
The reason why though is because the discipline, the way I discipline the kids is like I made them do all their work right. A lot of them kids don't have parents at home, so it's like, why am I yelling at them like they dad would when they ain't got no dad? So the rebellion that come from that. So for me, it's more of a situation where I used to make them do their work, and then I'll lock the doors because I almost got in trouble by the principal because I literally make everybody put out their phones and we watch Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, motivational lesson.
But there's something positive.
I know, but they don't want them. They want them to feel like they're in jail.
And that's why you had these repeated lifestyles going
Yeah.
on.
So like, oh, my kid, I got a screenshot from a DM from one of my students. I guess what year was this? This was like 2016 probably. So like one of the students
Okay.
was like, man, Mr. Willis, you was my favorite ISS teacher. Can you put me in the studio? I guess you're a rapper and shit now. And stuff now. So it's like, it's funny because it's like they remember me. So it's like funny that, but kids are my heart to sum it up though. And I feel like God does not want me to have no distractions right now because my pursuit is that fierce that a kid would make me miss every meeting that I gotta go to or every trip that I should go to because I'd rather just be at home, my baby, and my woman. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's gonna be a time for that where I ball out, go crazy, become this billionaire that I know I'm gonna become, and then the money gonna make itself. I just have time to do philanthropist stuff, travel. I'm gonna make every high school dance, digital high school dance, because they ain't trying to get kids out of school now. So it's just a lot that's gonna go on that's gonna allow me to still have my time, but still have my wealth too. So I'm working for that. Like it ain't nothing else I'm working for as far as finances. It's more like, yo, I'm gonna have all the stuff that I want and still be able to be who I want to be. And like now I got an amazing assistant. Like my homegirl Nika. Nika's probably the
I
most.
told her to come. She was like, I'm not gonna be able to
Like,
make
listen,
tonight.
Nika's the most loyal woman in my life as far as outside of my sisters. Like literally, I don't know what I'd be without her because she used to always. But I think we did it for each other because I saw her when she was in a unappreciated situation, and I used to always be like, man, this girl is amazing for what she do for that person. And I just genuinely connected with her to where whenever I was making my moves and she fell out with her situation, I was like, nah, we gotta work together because somebody needs to appreciate like how hard you go. I saw the little stuff.
So y'all both go hard.
Yeah,
for
we
each
go
other.
hard for each other. But and she's very beautiful, and a lot of people always be like, oh, that needs to be the girl you marry. I'd be like, no. No.
That's how the movies be.
Man.
This is what I tell people. You can't have deadlines. Like I said, you said you're 34, right?
Yeah.
And I'm 29.
35.
And it's like you can't have these deadlines. For example, of course, I'm married. I don't have any children yet. So people are like, okay, y'all been married almost 3 years now. Where the baby at? Where this at? Where this at? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Why she got this on? Why she doing that? Why he doing that? And I'm like, who the fuck made these rules for these biological clocks? And I think one of the best two things, one is, of course, praying and manifesting and speaking because you have power, life, in the tongue. And two, something you've been doing this whole conversation since
What's
we
that?
first press record. You don't say I hope or if
No.
or babe. You say I am,
Yeah.
I will, I have.
When.
And that plays a huge role. That's why I want these younger, I know I'm young, but these younger people and these rappers, a lot of people are speaking and doing stuff that relates to death and killing. And like I said, power is in the tongue. You have to be careful. Because let's just say you make correct me if I'm wrong, I do not know this baby name for nothing. XXX Temptation.
So I done a show with him. I did a show in Dallas.
And I'm not talking negative on him, but he
Yeah.
made a whole video of him at his own funeral. And rest in peace to him.
Look at Mo 3 video.
Yeah, I saw that
So
too.
Mo 3, and it's literally described what happened. Hey, I've been on my way home. Yeah, some rapper from Dallas.
I saw the corner, the girl that played the corner.
And
Yeah.
and it literally said, yeah, some niggas in the city were hating on him. And
Yeah.
like she described it, and I ain't never really just been a Mo3 fan where I listen to all his music and it's like, oh my god, to just know that, to put two and two together. I saw
Yeah,
the
because I
video.
didn't know either.
But then he also did like a parody video one time where he was shooting a video that had him bleeding or getting shot. And he got on live and he was like, man, them motherfucker, my ops done shot me, da 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 da. And he was playing.
I wouldn't
But-
play about that.
But that's what people saying. Like, you know, what's the old saying?
Yeah.
Art imitates
And I'm
life,
not
but life-
saying
yeah.
he nobody deserves to be hurt. And like I said, hopefully by the time this episode launches, I hope that all the beefs and the back and forth is done, because I like seeing people in perfect harmony, especially black people. But again, I said that to say you have to be careful, like speak that. So when you do become a billionaire, when you do become that, you had an empire you want,
For
you
sure.
can go back and listen to the different interviews and stuff you do, and even your stories and stuff, and be like,
Man, my
I
life, if
spoke
I don't
that.
do nothing else in this world, my thoughts have become things, like, for real, good and bad. But if I'm telling you, like, it's like my life is a product of what I knew it would be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but to be honest with you, it's 3 more phases to my life. Like, so right now I got the power before I got all the money.
Okay.
So now when I get the money, it's gonna lead to me doing things that are bigger than music, right? So
Right.
like me, one of my goals and the thing that I know is gonna happen, which they finna try to copy my style, but I want to own a soccer team. I want to own FC Dallas. I feel like
That is so smart.
I feel like I feel like in my global impact of what I need to do in the world, soccer as the world's largest sport
Right. That's the real football for real.
is the real deal. And I feel like you got 3 major people in this city. You're gonna have Mark Cuban. You're gonna have Jerry Jones. You're gonna have Shamar Willis. I feel like that's it. Like that's the Mount Rushmore of Dallas when it comes to live entertainment. Football, basketball, and music.
And this is a perfect time to go ahead and lay that foundation, because the world, even though we are still doing stuff at certain capacities in certain cities, this year was a reset. Now, you can have some tragic stuff that happens, and I ain't saying just because the tragic stuff happened to you, this was a bad, like your worst year, because this wasn't your worst year if you're still alive.
Man, it's the most.
This
it's
is
the
how my baby
most
was born.
refining year, right? It's the most refining year. You found out who your real family, your real friends were.
Amen.
You found out a lot about just a lot of people that you thought you was gonna ride into the sunset with, and they was gone by dawn. So when I say that, like, it's been a year of, for me, it's been a great year financially, but it's been a messed up year, like, as far as being disappointed and let down a lot from people. You know what I'm saying? So, but I had to learn, it's always gonna be more for me. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna never be a time where I put myself in a situation where I'm missing car notes and payments and things like that. I think God always gonna provide me the excellence of the basics of life, but I think I could thrive more because I gotta really put myself in position to be more like obedient and listen to my first mind. So
That's a
this
practice.
year, this year right here has been a great year for me growing, and again, I think God gonna give us 4 to 6 more weeks of sitting back down, and in those 4 to 6 weeks, I'm gonna get everything. Right now, my big thing, I'm looking for a studio and an office space. So it's like Jay-Z said, what separates the men from the boys is them invoices. So when you got to take care of invoices for staffs and other people in payrolls and doing great stuff like that, so that means your business is growing.
That's my definition of success, where I'm able to help somebody. Like, not a cute, right now I'm at a point, and the glass mic, we're about giving back too, but we don't put that out there. The most that we do as far as putting stuff out there is buying stuff, is the trying sheet, where we buy stuff from businesses and promote them on here. They don't even pay for that name drop or the product being on here. But I feel like success is where you can help somebody to the point of you're giving them income, you're providing a roof over their head or food, because when people have those bare necessities, less things like crime and envy and all this stuff happens, because what they say, money is the root of all evil. And earlier when you were talking about
of money,
the love of money,
so
is the
people
root.
get confused because
I said teachers.
Yeah, I'm a person that I've seen $1 million in front of my face cash this year, but that didn't make me look at that and become like possessive of that money. It made me value the opportunities it can bring, but I don't love money. I love what it can do as far as open up certain opportunities, because it takes money to make money in my world. So, but it didn't make me feel like, oh, let me start flying all these girls in, or let me start doing drugs. It didn't like alter who I was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It really just made me be like, all right, now I can really take advantage of that tech company. You know what I'm saying? So different things like that. But it's the love of money. It ain't, I mean, you know, you're supposed to love people and not things. People
Because
flip it around.
what you do with the little that you have,
Yeah.
it intensifies when you get greater. So if you were already a crappy or stingy type of person where it's like, this is mine, yours is mine, give me, and you didn't really have much of a wage, when that increases, you're gonna double that. And I'm a big believer of that.
Nah, for real. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm a very giving, tithing type of person, not directly to a church, but to people, to the people. And but I do the church thing too. But I haven't really, you know, since the COVID thing, I really haven't been checking. I stay grounded though, like for sure. Like
Yeah.
God is number one in my life, for real, in real life. Like,
And that's said with that being said, I can hear it.
Yeah, the name of my company is Legna Entertainment, and that's Legna, but that's backwards. It's angel.
Oh.
You get it? So it's like
Is that what you named your week?
my week. Oh yeah,
The
Legna.
week?
Yeah.
I knew it was something special,
Yeah.
but I couldn't put my.
Yeah,
I told you I was.
Legna weekend, but I'm saying, like, for real, it's really a thing where I really feel like I move angelically. I'm an angel in this darkness of the world, as far as what's going on. I move like them. I act like them in ways of saying that, you know, but I very much so feel like that I'm here to like help change the game and not be a part of it. So
Right.
you got a man who's a God-fearing, loving man, but he also is a man too, to understand that he's gonna make mistakes and he's not trying to be perfect. He's just trying to accomplish he's trying to perfect his part in the plan. So in the grand scheme of what God and Jesus is doing, I am a conduit to get 1/8 of this puzzle piece put together. It's gonna be another Shamar. It's another lot of people like myself who have been here, who are just adding to the great scheme of things, and I just happen to be in this position where I can execute and I, you know, I get the glamour side of things. Like I do it. I love going to the red carpet, award shows, meeting your favorite celebrities, and actually being cool with them. I love being in a position that I'm in, but hands down, you know, it's one of those things that I really feel like I'm gonna really change the game.
Ladies, I know y'all still listening. SHAMAR_ATLAS.
Atlas. You know the reason why I named it Atlas is because that's my mindset, the globe, the world. Like, so Shamar Atlas is like my mindset. Like, it's really like a global mindset.
Now, I ain't gonna spell your name again. Now, I told the ladies your name one time. The more you talk, the more they just gonna like, wait a minute. I don't want to see what this is. God-fearing, intellectual man. You better get on to him. I tell y'all know how it's gonna be when the episode is
Then I'll open
launched.
the door for you and smack your ass on the way through it.
Okay. Listen. So this is the part where it's your time to shine, right? Where you could put your plugs in. I already said your name, but I always tell people, you know, you got to say stuff 7 times to get it right. So anything that you want to plug in right now, or you know, you want the people to know?
Nah, man. Basically, be on the lookout for Legna weekend, right? We should be out. This should be up by then.
Make sure you send me the details and I can repost it on our page.
It's gonna be live. But I just do a lot. I do a lot all year. So I'm just finna celebrate myself. Like, I used to be a person that never even celebrated my birthday at all. And then I had a friend, I've never got a birthday cake my whole life.
Oh my gosh, you sound like my husband.
But man, now I look forward to, like, last year I did Young Dolph for my birthday. And then, you know, my homeboy who was a promoter, he brought me out on stage and he was like, hey, I want everybody. It was like 3,000 people.
I can only imagine that.
What's crazy is I was engaged.
I know you weren't sober, because I wouldn't be
For
sober.
sure.
All them people.
Yeah, I don't drink it. I don't do all that like that to get crazy. But yeah, So I'm starting to love like the light a little bit. Not love it to where it's like
Oh no, we
put
get
it on
it.
me, but now I kind of accept who I am to be like, yeah, like it feels
Yeah,
good.
you are that guy. It
Yeah.
ain't
So
nothing wrong
now,
with saying it. I'm that guy, and I'm
yeah,
black,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I survived
And
2020.
we did that.
Yeah, things we did.
Yeah.
That.
Facts. No COVID at all. But nah, so now I'm really starting to realize, you ever seen The Matrix? When the Oracle told Neo he wasn't the one, and then
I ain't
from
gonna lie to
there,
you. I ain't a big move
but
person.
listen, in The Matrix, Neo became deadly when what? He realized he was the one. When he was like, damn, I am.
That's how all black people
And
should
then
look at
from there,
themselves.
oh, he started being ass. He started carrying his role. He started wearing his role. And I think this is where I'm at now. Like, I'm really growing into my world. I'm starting to grow into my position of realizing, like, yo, I got an important piece to play, and I done worked hard to get where I'm at. So why do
Yeah.
I need to dumb myself down?
Don't dim your light.
You know what's crazy? I rode Spirit Airlines for the first time in a long time
Spirit.
recently. And I did that because of a young lady who wanted to go with me on a trip. And she found the trip tickets, and she was like, oh, look, we got some Spirit flights that are like cheaper than the Delta and Americans that I usually book, right?
I never sat on Spirit. I always thought too big to ride on there.
Listen,
Okay.
she literally, I was like, man, hell no, I ain't riding no Spirit. And from there, she kicked in my head. She was like, well, as long as I get there, and as long as she made me feel like if I was wrong for having standards. Right? Not like she tried to do that, but her mindset.
It's people like that.
So for
I
me,
cut a lot of people off this year like that.
when I got to, it was so many hair bunnets and fake ass Gucci, this all over the plane stuff. When I say that, like it's like we were going to Atlanta too. So basically, I'm saying all that to say, I got like, nigga, I can't believe that I had stooped down to somebody else's level of living. Like I'm past
Because it's
that
hard
now.
because, people are always quick to say, well, you think you better than somebody.
Yeah, but
and you
I
so used to
shoulda-
growing up hearing
I
that.
should have stuck with what I know. Like right now, I'm loving my sky miles I'm building right now, right?
Yeah.
So that's my shit. Like I play in the world as a game now. So for me, I done stayed at a different hotel than I usually would stay when I go to Atlanta.
I'm team Airbnb.
I done rode on Spirit Airlines, and I ain't did that shit since.
I never rode. I told you, I always
2
felt like I
years
wouldn't be
ago.
able to fit up in that
Man,
thing.
nah,
Maybe now.
all I'm saying is like, yeah, like I knew it's little things that make you realize where you're going. I'm like, yo, I done stooped down to this level for this type of woman. Like, no. And like my assistant, no, don't even tell me nothing about Spirit. Not because of I'm too good to ride Spirit, because they get there just like everybody else.
Right.
But it's a standard. Like I know on the way back from any trip, I go there main cabin or comfortable, but on the way back I try to grab first class. I know I done did so much work. That's my time to relax. So the price of that is priceless because my peace is what I want.
Right.
I want to board the plane first. I don't want to have to look for no cargo, anything like.
As you deserve.
Yeah, like so for me it's just like on some shit where I'm like, man, I done dumb myself down to accommodate a female when I feel like I need a Michelle Obama that's gonna make me better. Like what? You ain't flying nothing less than first. Like just motivate me, push me.
Right.
Yeah.
You better learn. You better learn about your. But every day's a learning process about yourself. Is there anything like any type of websites or links, anything that you need them to know?
So I'm excited. I just started this virtual reality company that me and my boy Hadi Shah. I actually met him, so I could talk all day, bro. To be
That's
real with you,
cool.
because I got engaged last year, and I did it in front of thousands of people at a juvenile.
My heart would have been out my chest.
Man, listen, I call myself liking this girl to want to get married and end up being something that the greatest lesson that God has ever gave me. But at the same time, I met him through that because he was my jeweler for the ring that I had bought. And then for me and him, relationship building in real life. So we kept in touch. And the dope thing about it too, my boy Hadi, he actually was so dope. Whenever the engagement was broke off, he'd let me take the ring back.
Really?
Yeah, he did this insurance thing called the broken engagement.
Of course,
And
that's a profitable.
So I was able.
Might need to look into that.
I spent like 4 bands on it. It wasn't that lot. It was spent like 4,000 on the
It's
ring.
more than a penny.
I mean, it's enough, right?
Right.
So I actually ended up. I ended up being able to get that money back, and it was helpful for me to pay for something else I needed too. So it was all a lesson and a blessing at the same time. But like I said, this virtual reality company. So imagine yourself being in a position where COVID is going on. It is what it is. Or you're event planner. What we do is we'll fly to the city, not us, the people who we designate. They'll come map out the building that you're going to use for your event, whether it's a wedding, funeral, whatever it is, and then we'll map it out in 3D in virtual reality, so you can see what the event's going to look like and be like before it happens. And if you need changes to the actual event, you can change it digitally through the goggles. So say you get married and this is your table, you be like, oh, I want this tablecloth to be green. You can go in there and change the green. You can change it, and you can see your wedding or your event happening to be like, all right, cool, now let's make it real.
Wow.
So it's like digital consulting, and it's a full walkthrough virtually of your event. So it's called virtual reality
Ooh,
event
the
planning.
power of technology.
But that's the $1 billion idea. It's already patented and shit, so they can't get it.
Oh,
But
so
but it's finna happen though. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna become a billionaire from music. Come on now. Like it's gonna be from tech or something like that.
yeah, you're gonna have multiple streams of income, most definitely.
And we, you know. We own it.
Yes. So they could just find you on Instagram.
Yeah, because my Facebook is more personal, so it's like Instagram is Shamar_Atlas, Twitter _Atlas, the same thing, Shamar_Atlas. I don't really use Twitter a lot, like I should. I mean, I think it's.
I can't get with it.
I used to be on it heavy, but then I just got off of it. Because Instagram.
Yeah.
I feel like Instagram is kind of like the hub.
I don't know if I want to start a new Twitter or go back and try to find how to delete
No, I used to-
30,000 tweets.
Man.
You know, when you go up, they be fine. I'm like, how do y'all have time to find this stuff?
Nah.
My fingers and
I ain't got
eyes
nothing
be
crazy
hurting.
like that. I don't think I do.
I know I talk reckless.
But yeah, so after I own FC Dallas, I do want to run for president of the United States in real life.
Come on.
Yeah. So y'all can get a real black president.
Not a real. So we didn't do the listener letter segment this time around because I didn't post discussion questions today. I know y'all mad at me because I normally keep the people engaged
Okay.
with the episodes, but we didn't do that tonight because I think I did pretty good with discussion questions on my own. But if y'all are interested in writing in on a listener letter, of course, it could be about anything. You can be anonymous or you can be yourself. Make sure you send those in to info@theglassmic.com. Subject line advice or unscripted vents. And again, you can place your IG handle or you can say if you want to be anonymous, Chantal won't tell your secrets. Also, I want to thank you again for coming on the show, Shamar. You already, like, it's like you just confirmed everything I felt that day. Because I don't know, like, I've been talking lately about my spiritual side, and of course, I believe in God too. And it's like this year has shown me so much in the spiritual realm, and it's like I can feel good energy. And like I said, from that day when I met you, I was like, okay, yeah. This is the guy I need to talk to.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know your positions or anything, but I just saw, you know, that you were full of gratitude and you were speaking to people and being nice to them too. You weren't mean or, okay, look, cut the conversation. None of that.
Because it ain't that type of pressure. It's like, you know, we understood that in order for, even though he's big and he got a bigger role, Tyler Lepley, he has a bigger role on season 2, and things are gonna just go up for him. He's an amazing guy, so I think God is definitely gonna utilize him for like great things. Cause his stuff is genuine too. It ain't like he's being fake with it. Like he genuinely is a good guy, and so from there it's like, in order to grow, we gotta touch the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't go there, and I wasn't as what you felt, I wouldn't be in this position right here to voice my energy to the world as far as recorded. Like this recording lives
I'm gonna be so
forever.
happy when they just some person that's a fan of ours be like, okay, I'm digging in the archives and I saw Chantal Shamar.
Yeah, early.
You know, it won't be the same. Yeah.
So now she get that big interview. and she becomes.
All of my interviews are big interviews. I pray with my
nah.
guests. I be praying okay, this is the episode
Nah, like
when
I'm
they
talking about,
were.
but then you get that interview when I am a billionaire and I am that public figure where people can't get in touch with me. You'll get that interview.
I'm gonna have to go through 5 assistants.
Nah, just Nika. But Nika might be the boss by then. So I'm about to, whoever Nika hires.
Yeah. I'm like,
But
hey,
nah,
y'all
in real life, like I said, like I'm loyal like that because I create my opportunities. I don't need the opportunities. Like I'm a person that if you don't give me that, you don't give it to me, I'm gonna build it. Like that's it. Like I didn't want to be this promoter. I tried to team up and partner with people who was doing it before me, and I got blocked out because they saw something that I didn't see.
Yeah.
And from there, shit.
That's how it always happens.
Now they asking for favors.
Yeah. And this is a perfect time when I like to grab my guests where I feel like everybody's important in a great position already. But it's like, of course, God is going to ordain you to be somewhere way bigger. So I would rather talk to y'all while y'all are in this growing and foundation phase. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it will be harder and different things like that. But it's also when we see your, not saying you won't change, but of course you'll change, but not in a negative light. Your character won't change. But it's like we get to see that more vulnerable, go-getter side of you. And then you go back and look at you, and you get your lifetime achievements. They'll pull it something like, yeah, he's always been like this from the jump.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So it'll never be a situation where I feel like my position is too big over the people because I'm in my position because of the people.
Right.
So it'll never get to that point where I change. It'll just be the access will change because I'm an imp. So in the emptiness world, it's like I take on the energy of other people.
Mm-hmm.
So the more people who are around me, the more is reaching. The empty I become. Mm-hmm. So it's like I learn to not be as accessible. Like when I used to know that because it was crazy. It's like, during your broke times, whenever your phone will get cut off and you be like trying to figure out how you're going to pay your phone bill and you be like, damn, I really ain't missed nothing.
Nope.
When it does get cut back on, right? Like, did you die? No, I didn't. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like I'm learning that my solitude is where I get my greatest ideas, not in the crowd.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I value it so much. So yeah, I think we done talked y'all ear off enough. This is a great convo. I think I did damn good tonight. Yeah, super I didn't sound ratchet or drunk or high. I tell them I get the happy candy all the time, but I think I got the perfect concoction. I only had 1 drink tonight and 1 shot. Normally I have like way more. But I told you I've been feeling myself with this weight loss stuff.
And then that's the energy I bring. You don't need all that to be.
You don't, especially like when somebody can carry a good conversation. Yeah. I cannot honestly say that everybody had a good tune on this show. So, yeah. But for the most part, the majority of my guests have. So, listen, if y'all want to sponsor an episode of The Glass Mic, y'all already know, go on social media, The Glass Mic, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, barely, and YouTube now. Barely. Yes, barely. And y'all know we have Patreon. We won't have an after party tonight for this episode because I think that this is a pretty clear cut, put it all out there show. So they get it on the podcast platforms and YouTube. You already know we are on all major podcast platforms. So iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google, Apple, Pandora, Amazon, anywhere we listen to podcasts, we can be found there. Always remember to subscribe, rate, and review so we can get more people like y'all to listen and be engaged. Of course, we do give back to the community. So if you want to have a little donation, you can subscribe on Patreon as well, again. Or you can do Cash App or PayPal at The Glass Mic. Again, those links are in the bio on Instagram. And guys, I just want to thank y'all again for tuning into The Glass Mic, where there is no script, just transparent talk. I want to thank the awesome Shamar for coming on the show and dropping gems. Thank you again to the sponsors for supporting the vision and the brand. And thank you for our listeners. Of course, I do this for my family. I do this for my friends. But most importantly, I do this for the people. I'm Chantal. And as always, I love y'all.